Dođi ovdje, Trixi, ωραία.
In the dramatic tour of events Sicily, the pictures were island in the heat of Mediterranean fire insults and the maker of the relentless storm. Residents and authority alike are grappling with the process of nature onslaught as the tempest swept across the region, leaving a trail of destruction in its wake. This tempest, dubbed by meteorologists as one of the most potent in recent memory, has unleashed a fury upon Sicily, bringing torrential rain, holy winds, and a relentless deluge that has cut many communities of God. From Palermo to Catania, the entire island is grappling with the sheer force of natural calamity. Local communities are facing severe challenges as the storm disrupts normal life. Streets are transformed into raging rivers, home and theatering by rising floodwaters, and power outages are widespread. Emergency services are working tirelessly to rescue stranded residents and provide shelters to those displaced by the disaster. Schools and businesses have been forced to shut their doors, and the bustling life that characterizes Sicily has come to an abrupt halt. The storm has not spared the island infrastructure. Roads are submerged, bridges have collapsed, and landslides have rendered several areas inaccessible. The historic sites that draw tourists from around the world are now grappling with the aftermath of the tempest, raising concerns about the long-term impact of Sicily cultural heritage. As the storms become increasingly apparent, Sicily is facing a burgeoning humanitarian crisis. Emergency shelters are overwhelmed, and authorities are working tirelessly to provide food, water, and medical assistance to those in need. The resilience of island residents in Spain tested as the comfort they do challenges rebuilding their lives in the wake of natural disaster. Italian authorities have mobilized a comprehensive response to address the crisis. The Civil Protection Department is coordinated rescue operations, deployed resources to the most affected areas. Prime Minister has experienced solidarity with the people of Sicily, assuring them the government will spare to effort in supporting the recovery of reconstruction efforts. As Sicily battles this unprecedented storm, questions arise about the role of climate change and intensify such extreme weather events. Scientists warn that rising sea temperatures and changing weather patterns make such storms more frequent and severe, emphasizing the need of global efforts to address climate change and these consequences. As Sicily controls the aftermath of this destructive storm, the resilience of the people shine through. Communities are coming together to support one another, and nation rolls behind Sicily in its time in need. The road to recovery may be long, but the spirit of solidarity and determination will undoubtedly guide the island toward rebuilding and healing in the face of natural formidable challenge. In a dramatic display of natural mind, Sicily, Italy, found itself in the clutches of violent storm and battering the region with relentless wind and torrential rain. The tempest which swept across the island with unprecedented force left a trail of destruction in its wake, testing the resilience of the local communities. The storm applied dubbed Tempesta Furiosa by meteorologists make landfall on the Sicily's eastern shores, unleashing gusting winds that reached speed up of 120 km per hour. As the heavens opened, torrential of rain poured down, leading to widespread flooding in low-lying areas and raising concerns about the regional vulnerability to extreme weather events. The impact of the storm was felt actually in the coastal town, while towering waves pounded the shoreline, causing damage in infrastructure and leaving many seaside businesses businesses in ruins. The iconic promenades that once bustled with the local and tourists alike now lay buttered and desolate, the stark reminder of the storm ferocity. Local authorities swung into action, deploy emergency service to rescue stranded residents and provide assistance to those in need. Evacuation orders were issued for areas on a higher risk and flooding ensured the safety of vulnerable population. The Sicilian people know their resilience and three-ethnic communities come together to face the challenges posed by this natural disaster. In the aftermath of the storm, scenes of destruction and hindering acts of solidarity unfolded side by side. Emergency response team working tirelessly to clear debris, streams, roads, and restore essential service. Despite the adversity, store and neighbors helping each other to communities rallying together emerged and symbols of hope amidst the chaos. The agriculture sector, a cornerstone on Sicily economy, bore the burst of storm water. Fields of citrus groves and olive orange by submerged in water, raising constant about impact on local produce. Farmers facing significant losses now grapple with the daunting task in rebuild their livelihood in the wake of this natural disaster. As the cleanup and recovery efforts continue, questions about the long-term resilience of Sicily's infrastructure and preparedness for future storms long rage. Climate scientists emphasize the need for proactive measures to mitigate the impact of extreme weather events, urging policymakers to invest in resilience, infrastructure, and substantial urban planning. The storm in Sicily serves a stark reminder in the growing challenges posed by climate change. It calls for a collective response on both local and global levels to address the vulnerabilities exposed by such natural disaster. In the face of adversity, Sicily stands as a testament of the strength people of the unworried split and rebuild their lives, determined the weather and storm that lie ahead. Sicily, Italy, found itself in the eye of a tempestuous maelstrom. The powerful storm swept across the island, leaving a trail of destruction and despair and sway. Region renowned for its stunning landscape and a rich crucial heritage was brought to its knees in unrelenting fury nature. The storm which arrived unexpectedly left Sicily where relentless rail and furious of winds. Rivers swelled beyond their banks, turned into torrents, and entire neighborhoods were inundated.